the system set up around my programs and just actually understanding how to do it and having it work so it's effective and reaches my clients, it's just made everything flow so much. Flow is kind of one of the words that comes to mind a lot. It just kind of all flows, moves a lot easier than it used to.
So when I started working with you, you were offering so many different products and services. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
It was just crazy, wasn't it? It was the way being able to see them all. It suddenly went, oh, yeah.
That's why you're running around
all that in that time. No, that's not possible.
Yeah.
And it just suddenly it all clicked. Like, no.
So now you're down to like what, three main things?
I have maybe 3 one-to-one services, and two of those are they're all basically the same thing, just at different lengths. And then I have 2 group programs, which to me is phenomenal. But I have 2 group programs that are all written, all there, all ready to go. Automated. Yeah.
I remember one conversation we had about your group program, because you were sat and you were trying to think about what you were going to design, and it was an incredible 7-month program that you had in your head, and we decided to pilot it instead of designing it up front. Like, what difference did that make to you?
That just made a huge difference, because it was always the intention that the program would have lots of pre-recorded content and pre-prepared content, so it could just keep running and people could get a lot from it without even coming to video calls with me. So I knew it needed to be done, but the thought of filming and videoing and preparing all this content for 7 months was just mind-blowing, and not knowing if it was all going to be quite right or not. So to sell it without anything in there was a little bit scary at first, but I kept my faith, I trusted you, and we went with it. And the women who went on that journey with me as we developed loved that. They loved being involved. They love having that impact. And, they got it at a reduced rate, so they loved that too. And it meant I was able to just do it every month. I would just record this module, then the next month I would record next module, and I got into kind of a routine. The beginning of the month was, and I did all the recording prepared, and then at the end of the month was able to interact a lot more with the group. And it worked beautifully, because there was times where I hadn't quite got it right. There was one particular video where I'd missed out something really important, particularly important to my clients, and I was able to edit it and put it in and make it so much more relevant, and it resonated so much more with them. So it worked beautifully, and it evolved as we went along, and I got so much better at doing the videos, and it got so much quicker and easier that it was nowhere near as overwhelming as if I tried to do it all beforehand. And the thing is, if you do it all beforehand, it might not sell, and you've wasted all that time. Whereas because I was doing it as I went along, I was able to see, but I was able to see the impact. And so that was making my confidence in what I was developing better too. So it was just absolutely amazing what we developed together. It's just incredible.
I remember that first, your fear of the technology when we first started, going, I can't do this, there's no way I'll be able to do this, and then now you're, just click here and add this, do this, do that. Like your journey with the technology has just been
it's funny, isn't it? I was absolutely terrified, and I remember not long since we went on a live, and we were on a video call together, and you're going, just do this, and I'm tapping it. She was, oh my god, you know what you're doing now, don't you? So it's really, I mean, you're always there for me if I need the help. Like, I just have to put a post into the group and you're there, like, and you help so much, and that really helps too. Like, okay, if I don't get this right, or if this isn't perfect, I know I've got backup. I've got somebody who does know,
shout and say, what's it doing? Why I do this?
And I love that. I love having that backup, because that gives me confidence to at least give things a go and then see. And most of the time it works, and also that permission to be creative and play around with it, you know, because I'm quite artistic and creative, so I wanted it to be beautiful. I wanted to play around.
It is beautiful what you created.
But you helped me to have the confidence to do it that way, not, you know, to do it my way. So it's been incredible, but it's so good to do it that way rather than paying somebody to build it for you, because when anything goes wrong, I know, or I at least have a damn good idea of what needs changing, or if just I have a new idea, I can fit it in and I know what I'm doing with it. So it makes a huge difference.
And I love that we've now been able to plan a longer plan. You now have
I've never had a business
plan, which at the beginning, I think if I just said, but we'll get to a point where you're doing a 12-month plan for your business and it adds up to the financials that you want, you'd have gone, right.
Whatever. In fact, even when I talked to my husband about what I'm planning this could make for me next year, he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. And I believe it. Like, and I can feel it. I can see this business is going to make me money, and it's going to have a huge impact on the women that I'm reaching for.
And it's not hard. Actually,
no, it isn't,
because of the automation and everything that you've got. You're like, actually, it's not going to be hard to make that money.
No, and every time you do it, you get a little bit better at it, and you start to see the little quirks, and this may be this needs shifting to here, and I even now, like, there's something we did the other day, me and you did, and I've kind of shifted it somewhere else because but I feel like I can do that. Like, I would never have believed it. Well, a year ago now, but God, no,
you come so far, and I'm so proud of what you created. It is stunning, but B, it's just going to have such an amazing impact for the people that you work with. And I think ultimately that's why we do all this, isn't it? To have that impact and make a difference, and not only to make a difference to them, but also to ease your life and enable you to achieve what you want to achieve in a realistic work-life balance.
Like, it feels realistic now. Like, yes, I can do this. And the impact that course is already having is incredible, but I couldn't have done that without your support and your help. Absolutely, there's no way you could. I'm always, anybody says, how did you do this? Zoe, build it brilliant, Zoe.
Well, thank you for trusting me, and thank you for being open and honest, and ultimately you have to do the work. So, you know, although I'm there in the background helping you every step of the way, it's important that you have faith and you do the work that needs to be done in order to build that course, which you did with bells on, and I'm so proud of what you created. It is phenomenal, so well done.
Me too, I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.